Transitioning from Episode 2's bittersweet resolution of Seo's quest to save his sister, Episode 3 introduces Kei's, a flamboyant assassin who treats murder as a performance, seeking the perfect kill. The concierges, Ikuro Hoshi and Sarah Hizaki, are tasked with fulfilling his request for an elaborate assassination setup at a concert hall. As Kei's prepares his deadly act, Ikuro grapples with his discomfort at enabling violence, while Sarah's pragmatic efficiency masks deeper reservations. The episode culminates in a tense operation, with a surprising twist about Kei's target that challenges the hotel's no-questions-asked policy, setting the stage for an exploration of morality and purpose. Episode 3 advances the series' episodic structure by introducing Kei's story, a self-contained tale that subtly ties into the broader theme of the hotel's role in enabling violence. The revelation that Kei's target is a decoy, orchestrated by Sarah to test his motives, marks a turning point, hinting at the concierge's growing agency in navigating their clients' requests. I think this twist effectively fulfills the episode's role, shifting the narrative from passive service to active moral scrutiny, while raising questions about whether the hotel's never say no mantra can coexist with ethical boundaries. The pacing is deliberate, with Kei's meticulous planning balanced by bursts of action, though I personally don't understand why the climax's resolution feels abrupt, as the decoy reveal could have been explored further to deepen its impact. Overall, the episode maintains the series' anthology-like momentum while planting seeds for a larger narrative arc. Ikuro, Sarah, and Kei's drive the episode, each revealing new facets of their complex identities. Ikuro, voiced by Yusuke Kobayashi with a mix of exasperation and empathy, grapples with his role, his frustration peaking when he mishandles a weapons delivery, revealing a deeper discomfort with the hotel's amorality. His growth, seen in his hesitant pushback against Sarah, feels authentic, though I think it's underdeveloped, craving more introspection. Sarah, portrayed by Hinano Shirahama with cool precision, unveils a calculating edge, her orchestration of the decoy suggesting a hidden moral compass, a stark contrast to her earlier pragmatism. Kei's, voiced by Takaki Torishima with theatrical flair, is a fascinating addition, his obsession with artistic killing exposing a warped psyche, though I didn't like how his backstory remains vague, limiting his depth. Their actions align with their established traits, Ikuro's reluctance, Sarah's efficiency, Kei's flamboyance, though I anticipate more growth as the concierge's moral conflicts intensify. The episode delves into themes of morality, purpose, and the commodification of violence. Kei's view of killing as art raises questions about the purpose behind murder, a theme underscored by his meticulous planning of a perfect assassination, likened to a conductor's symphony. Sarah's decoy scheme challenges the morality of enabling such acts, while Ikuro's discomfort highlights the tension between duty and conscience. I find the exploration of commodified violence particularly compelling, as the hotel's services, weaponry, identity concealment turn killing into a transaction, a concept crystallized when Sarah coolly negotiates Kei's demands. These themes are woven into the narrative, though I think the heavy-handed metaphor of Kei's as a conductor risks overshadowing subtler moral questions. The episode enriches the Hotel Inhumans universe by detailing the hotel's operational intricacies, from its arsenal of cutting-edge weapons to its discreet cleanup crew. The concert hall setting, a public stage for a private killing, juxtaposes the underworld's secrecy with societal normalcy, adding depth to the world's duality. I'm intrigued by hints of the hotel's broader network, suggested by Sarah's access to decoy operatives, though I didn't like how the episode glosses over the hotel's origins or governing rules, as this could have grounded its shadowy operations in a richer context. The dialogue is sharp but uneven, blending wit with occasional clumsiness. Kei's theatrical monologues, comparing killing to music, are striking but verge on cliché, while Sarah's terse pragmatism grounds the episode. Ikuro's complaints, though relatable, feel repetitive, echoing earlier episodes. I think the writing shines in tense exchanges, like Sarah's subtle probing of Kei's motives, but I didn't like how the decoy reveal relies on expository dialogue, undermining its subtlety. Overall, the script is engaging, balancing action with introspection, though it occasionally leans on overused tropes, like the artistic killer archetype. Studio Bridge delivers fluid animation, particularly in the concert hall sequence, where Kei's precise movements are choreographed with balletic grace. The art style, faithful to Ao Taijima's manga, shines in detailed renderings of the hotel's sleek interiors and the concert hall's opulent stage. Character designs are expressive, though I think facial animations, like Ikuro's exasperated glances, lack the nuance needed for emotional depth. A visually striking moment, a slow-motion shot of Kei's aiming through the concert hall's chandelier light, impresses with its elegance, though I didn't like the inconsistent background detail, with some crowd scenes feeling flat. The animation quality is generally high but wavers in less dynamic moments. Director Tetsuro Amino employs clever shot composition to amplify the episode's tension. A low-angle shot of Kay's on the concert hall balcony conveys his predatory dominance, while tight close-ups on Sarah's calculating eyes heighten the decoy's suspense. The editing is crisp, weaving Kay's preparation with the concierge's scheming, though I think the climax's quick resolution undercuts its impact. I really appreciate how the direction uses lighting, dim hotel shadows, glaring stage spotlights, to mirror the moral ambiguity, creating a cohesive mood of intrigue and unease. The opening theme, Mr. Moonlight by Amace, sets a moody tone, its pulsing rhythm complementing the episode's suspense. NOA's Merry-Go-Round closes with a haunting melody, echoing Kay's twisted artistry. Koharu's OST, with its jazzy undertones, underscores the concert hall sequence effectively, though I find it repetitive in quieter scenes. Sound effects, the click of Kay's sniper rifle, the rustle of Sarah's pocket knife, are crisp, grounding the action. I really appreciate the use of a faint orchestral swell during the decoy reveal, amplifying the tension, a choice that elevates the scene's weight. Yusuke Kobayashi's Akiro is a standout, his exasperated tones softening into quiet resolve during his pushback against Sarah, making his conflict palpable. Hinano Shirahama's Sarah exudes cool authority, her subtle shift to suspicion during the decoy scheme a highlight. Takaki Torishima's Kay's is theatrical yet chilling, though I think his delivery leans too heavily on bravado, risking caricature. The performances anchor the episode's stakes, and I anticipate more from Shirahama as Sarah's moral complexity unfolds. The episode evokes a mix of unease and fascination, its exploration of Kay's artistry sparking intrigue while Akiro's moral struggle stirs empathy. The most impactful moment, Sarah's revelation of the decoy, paired with Kay's stunned silence, left me both thrilled and reflective, questioning the cost of enabling violence. I find the episode's lasting impression lies in its probing of morality, prompting reflection on whether purpose can justify inhumanity. However, the rushed climax slightly dulls its emotional resonance, a minor flaw in an otherwise gripping chapter. The central philosophical lesson of episode 3 is the tension between purpose and morality. Kay's pursuit of a perfect kill, and the concierge's complicity highlight that purpose, no matter how artfully pursued, cannot erase the moral cost of violence, a lesson embodied in Sarah's calculated intervention. Episode 3 of Hotel Inhumans is a compelling, if flawed, chapter that excels in its suspenseful pacing, nuanced character moments, and thematic exploration of morality and purpose. Its strengths lie in its fluid animation, strong voice performances, and bold narrative twist. However, I didn't like the abrupt climax and occasional reliance on cliched dialogue, which temper its impact. Overall, the episode succeeds in deepening the series' moral complexity while maintaining its anthology allure, making it a strong addition to the season. I also anticipate that future episodes will explore the concierge's evolving ethics and the hotel's shadowy network, balancing dark drama with introspective depth. Transitioning from episode 3's morally charged twist involving Kay's decoy target, episode 4 shifts focus to Nina, a young assassin raised as a tool for killing, tasked with assassinating Ruchan, the lead singer of the idol group Brainstorming, during a high-profile concert. Ikiro Hoshi and Sarah Hizaki, the hotel's concierges, orchestrate the mission's logistics, but Nina's unexpected connection to the idol group, revealed through a shared moment with Sarah at the hotel bar, complicates her resolve. The episode climaxes with a shocking twist. Nina chooses to protect Ruchan, sacrificing herself to deflect a bullet meant for the idol, orchestrated by an unseen rival. This act leaves Sarah and Akiro grappling with the hotel's role in enabling such tragedies, setting the stage for deeper introspection. Episode 4 advances the series' anthology structure by weaving Nina's self-contained story into the broader narrative of the hotel's moral ambiguity. The revelation that Nina's mission was a setup by a rival assassin, coupled with her decision to protect Ruchan, marks a significant turning point, challenging the hotel's never say no policy. I think this twist effectively fulfills the episode's role, shifting the focus from fulfilling client requests to questioning their consequences, while raising new questions about the hotel's complicity in larger assassin networks. The pacing is deliberate, with slow burn character moments at the bar balanced by a frenetic concert climax, though I personally don't understand why the rival's identity wasn't hinted at, as this could have deepened the intrigue. Overall, the episode propels the series toward a more introspective arc, hinting at a reckoning for the concierges. Nina, Sarah, and Akiro are the episode's core, each revealing new layers of their identities. Nina, voiced by Haruka Shiraishi with haunting vulnerability, emerges as a tragic figure, her lifelong conditioning as a killer clashing with her love for Brainstorming's music, revealed in a tender moment when she shares an earbud with Sarah. Her decision to sacrifice herself for Ruchan marks profound growth, though I think her backstory could have been fleshed out further to amplify her arc. Sarah, portrayed by Hinano Shirahama with icy precision, shows subtle cracks in her pragmatic dramatic facade, her quiet hum to Brainstorming's song hinting at an awakening empathy, a shift consistent with her episode 3 scheming but more emotionally resonant. Ikuro, voiced by Yusuke Kobayashi with weary sincerity, grapples with guilt over Nina's fate, his reluctance to enable violence growing more pronounced. Their actions align with their established traits, though I didn't like how Ikuro's role feels secondary, as his perspective could have grounded the emotional stakes further. The episode explores themes of freedom, identity, and the human cost of violence. Nina's love for Brainstorming's music represents a yearning for freedom, a stark contrast to her life as a tool, conveyed through her wistful gaze during the bar scene. Identity emerges as Sarah begins to question her role, her shared moment with Nina suggesting a rediscovery of her own humanity. The cost of violence is central, as Nina's sacrifice underscores the tragedy of a life defined by killing. I find these themes compelling, particularly in Nina's final act, though I think the metaphor of the corpse reviver cocktail, symbolizing emotional rebirth, is heavy-handed, risking oversimplification of the moral questions. These themes are effectively woven into the narrative, grounding the episode's emotional weight. The episode enriches the Hotel Inhumans universe by hinting at a broader assassin network, with the rivals' interference suggesting a web of competing interests beyond the hotel's walls. The concert setting, juxtaposing public spectacle with clandestine violence, deepens the world's duality, while the hotel's bar, stocked with cryptic cocktails like Corpse Reviver, adds a layer of cultural nuance. I'm intrigued by these glimpses, though I didn't like how the episode avoids detailing the rival assassin's motives or the hotel's oversight, as this could have clarified the world's rules and stakes. The dialogue is poignant but inconsistent, blending heartfelt moments with occasional cliches. Nina's quiet confession about Brainstorming's music is raw and affecting, while Sarah's understated responses carry subtle warmth. However, Ikuro's complaints about his job echo earlier episodes, feeling repetitive. I think the writing shines in the bar scene, where Nina and Sarah's shared silence speaks volumes, but I didn't like how the climax's exposition, explaining the rival's setup, feels rushed and heavy-handed. Overall, the script balances emotion and suspense, though it leans on familiar assassin tropes, like the killer with a heart, which slightly dulls its originality. Studio Bridge delivers fluid animation, particularly in the concert sequence, where Nina's swift movements and the idol's performance are rendered with dynamic energy. The art style, faithful to Ao Taijima's manga, excels in detailed character designs, like Nina's expressive eyes, though I think facial animations in quieter moments lack nuance, particularly Ikuro's static expressions. A visually striking moment, a bullet arcing through the concert hall's spotlight, deflected by Nina's sacrifice, impresses with its dramatic flair, though I didn't like the choppy crowd animations, which feel budget-constrained. The quality is generally high but wavers in less dynamic scenes. Director Tetsuro Amino employs evocative shot composition to enhance the episode's mood. A close-up of Nina's earbud, its cord linking her to Sarah, conveys intimacy, while a high-angle shot of the concert hall underscores the chaos of her sacrifice. The editing is tight, weaving the bar's quiet moments with the climax's intensity, though I think the abrupt transition to the rival's reveal disrupts the flow. I really appreciate how the direction uses lighting, soft bar glow, harsh stage spotlights, to mirror the shift from introspection to action, creating a cohesive narrative tone. The opening theme, Mr. Moonlight by Amaze, sets a moody tone, though I find Brainstorming's idol song lackluster, its choppy rhythm failing to capture the group's allure. NOA's Merry Go Round closes with a melancholic melody that echoes Nina's tragedy. Koharu's OST, with its jazzy undertones, underscores the concert's tension, though I think it's repetitive in the bar scene. Sound effects, the clink of glasses, the sharp crack of the bullet are crisp, grounding the action. I really appreciate the use of silence during Nina and Sarah's shared earbud moment, amplifying its emotional weight. Haruka Shiraishi's Nina is a standout, her soft, wavering tone conveying a lifetime of pain and fleeting hope, particularly in her bar confession. Hinano Shirahama's Sarah balances cold efficiency with subtle warmth, her hummed melody a highlight. Yusuke Kobayashi's Ikuro is earnest but underutilized, his performance solid but lacking depth due to limited screen time. The performances anchor the episode's emotional core, and I anticipate more from Shirahama as Sarah's arc evolves. The episode evokes a bittersweet mix of sadness and hope, Nina's sacrifice stirring grief while her fleeting connection with Sarah sparks warmth. The most memorable moment, Nina sharing her earbud with Sarah, their eyes meeting in silent understanding, left me deeply moved, reflecting on the power of small human connections. I find the episode's lasting impression lies in its exploration of freedom, prompting reflection on how even a conditioned killer can reclaim their humanity. However, the rushed climax and lackluster idol song slightly dull its emotional resonance. The central philosophical lesson of episode 4 is the redemptive power of human connection. Nina's bond bond with Sarah, forged through a shared love of music, and her sacrifice for Ruchan highlight that even in a world of violence, fleeting moments of empathy can restore one's sense of self, a lesson embodied in her final act. Episode 4 of Hotel Inhumans is a poignant, emotionally rich chapter that excels in its character-driven narrative, evocative animation, and exploration of freedom and morality. Its strengths lie in its standout performances, particularly Shiraishi's Nina, and its compelling thematic depth. However, I didn't like the rushed climax, repetitive dialogue, and underwhelming idle song, which temper its impact. Overall, the episode succeeds in deepening the series' moral complexity and emotional resonance, making it a standout addition to the season. I also anticipate that future episodes will further explore Sarah and Akuro's evolving ethics and the hotel's shadowy network, balancing its dark drama with moments of human connection.